semifinal matchup between the number 5 seed Southington Lady Knights and the number 1 seed Darien Blue Wave. Bunnell High School is a CIAC Class LL School where we view high school athletics as an extension of our education, where we learn sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for others. Tonight, we ask for your enthusiastic support for these important principles as you root for your own team. We also ask that you support the student athletes from both schools by honoring our request to treat all players, coaches, and officials with courtesy and respect. And now, for team introductions. First, the Southington Lady Knights will be the visiting team. They entered the state tournament as the number 5 seed and are here tonight as a result of a first-round victory over Stamford, second-round victory over Fairfield Ward, quarterfinal defeat of Staples. They entered tonight with a regular season record of 15 wins, 2 losses, an overall record of 22 wins and 2 losses. Please join me in welcoming the Central Connecticut Conference champion, Southington Lady Knights. And now, for the starters of the Lady Knights, number 8, Camilla Wessel. Number 9, Alyssa Ferreira. Number 10, Natalie Grindle. Number 12, Haley Weiner. Number 14, Gabriella Weiner. And number 26, Katrina Pasadento. Assistant coaches for Southington are Lindsay Whitty, Kasha Kalinowski, head coach, Richard Heights. The Darien Blue Wave will be the home team to this evening. Tournament as the number 1 seed in the state. They've progressed here tonight by a first-round bye, a second-round defeat of Fairfield Ludlow, a quarterfinal defeat of Greenwich. They entered tonight with a regular season record of 18 wins and 0 defeats, and an overall record of 23 wins and no losses. Please join me in welcoming the CIAC champion, Darien Blue Wave. And now, the starting lineups for the Blue Wave. Number 4, Ellie Moore. Number 5, Marion Black. Number 7, Jillian Roche. Number 8, Aubrey Moore. Number 14, Savannah Leone. Number 15, Leilani Gillespie. And number 20, Brooke Leone. Assistant coach for Blue Wave is Carson McCree's head coach, Lori LaRusso. Ladies and gentlemen, this time I'd ask that you please rise and remove your hat as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
From the David Johnson Gymnasium on the campus of Franklin Scott Bunnell High School, it's the 2022 CIAC Class LL Semifinals and girls volleyball. And this afternoon, the first-seeded Darien Blue Wave will take on the fifth-seeded Southington Blue Knights. Hi, everybody. Join alongside the Darien High School boys volleyball player Griffith Krause. I'm Braden Shank, and Griffith, we're up to the state semifinals now. Darien, Southington, what do you think we're going to see in this one?
It's a fantastic game we're going to have here tonight. Two very highly ranked teams, two powerhouses of volleyball teams right here. Great offenses, great defenses. We're going to see a spark of a game tonight.
The CCC champion Blue Knights against the FCIAC champions Blue Wave here at Bunnell High School in Stratford, Connecticut. A trip to Saturday's championship is on the line, and they will meet the winner of the other semifinal happening just down the road in New Milford at Jonathan Law High School. The Amity Spartans go up against the Trumbull Eagles, so those two winners will meet in East Haven on Saturday for a state championship. Some final preparations from both of these squads.
Tonight, a very big game. Neither of these teams seen each other in the regular season yet this year, so entirely unsure of what to see tonight.
And this is only the fourth time these teams have ever met in program history, all coming in the state tournaments, most recently in 2018 in a Class LL semifinal won by the Blue Wave over at Shelton. So the Blue Knights looking for some revenge, and it will be them getting the first serve with Weiner, and we're underway in the state semifinal. The service error on the Knights is how we are started. And Griffith, do you think that that's just some nerves coming into this state semifinal match and serving the first one out?
I exactly think that. You can't judge too early right here. A lot of nerves running high. It's an important game.
Served by Moore. Give her an ace on it. Served by the ace by Ellie Moore, and Darien continues now with their second point.
Yeah, Darien serving traditionally strong, as we're seeing that exemplified right here. Sometimes that might be their weakness, but right now they're using it to their advantage.
So far, two service points in this one. The service error against Southington and the ace for Moore. Actually, Aubrey Moore back to serve now. And the third service point, we've seen an error on Darien. And Southington gets their first of the match.
And Braden, you know that's my pet peeve, seeing missed serves. The one thing in this game that you can control, and we're seeing that already way too much right now.
So now the serve goes right back to the Blue Knights. Wellis, she puts it up. Leon on the reception, and an ace for Southington. Have you ever seen this before, Griffith?
I can't say that I have.
4 straight service points to start in this one. 2 aces and 2 service errors.
It's an interesting start to this game.
Now on the outside, Roach with the tip. Our first volley we've seen of the afternoon. On the outside, good swing by Wellis, and Moore keeps it alive. Going to Gillespie on the outside. And that one's in. Leilani Gillespie picking up the kill.
Yeah. The original pass off that serve went right into the lights. Wasn't sure if someone was able to get under it, but we got it up and got the kill right there.
So the point for Darien on that one. And now Jillian Roach, the Colby volleyball commit, to serve. And that one's going to be another error on Darien.
Now serving number 1.
Here's Merrick on the serve, the libero senior for this Blue Knights team. Leon on the reception. Moore to Moore on the outside. Good keep alive by the Blue Knights. Free ball from Weiner, and she gets it. It's one of the gimme plays for Darien, trying to set up the offense on the free ball, but instead Weiner picks up the point.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to see, that free ball kill right there. Not only is the point the other team, is a little demeaning.
And another service error, this time against Weiner. So it's definitely been the theme of the early goings, it feels like.
Yeah, let's hope it isn't a precursor to the rest of a very long game.
Now will be Savannah Leone on the serve. Darien sophomore. She's had a nice season to her name. At the net, big swing, turned away by the block of Black. Again turned away by the block. And Black gets a hand on it, but the Blue Knights prevail on it.
Yeah, smart little tip right there, not taking all 3 touches and just catching the defense off guard, leading to that point right there.
Marin Black got 2 hands on it there. That time the Blue Knights just able to pick up the points. And now number 22, Emma Vanzelt to serve. At the net, the jump ball more. Off to Black, and one-handed kept alive by Vanzelt. Dig by Leone. Now Gillespie on the outside. She'll tip it. Turned away by the block. It's good for the Southington points. Wessels. Point for Southington. They now lead 6-4. And you can tell this Blue Knight team did not back down to the fight with Darien. They're coming out of the gate firing. Trouble on the serve receive. Gillespie on the outside. Good keep alive by Vanzelt. And now when the free ball sent over from Weiner. Moore. Going to Moore. And that's going to be a net violation against Darien's Marin Black. Point goes for the Blue Knights.
I think Darien's walking in this game a little bit shake. I don't know. They haven't seen this team before. They don't know what to expect, and I don't know how they're playing right now.
And they technically did not meet in a regular season matches. There's another service error on the Blue Knights. They did meet at the John Jay preseason tournament across the border over in Catskill. These teams met in the playoffs of that tournament. It was only one set, but Darien won it 25-14. So they saw these teams saw each other for about 39 points or so at John Jay. But as you know, Griffith, from the volleyball court, you can't judge a team by one set.
Exactly. And if I know that correctly, at that tournament, one of Southington's starters was out due to an unknown cause, so it might be the first time they're seeing her.
That, and Darien was without a Moore in that game. And that's the kill. Wellis on the outside. Camilla Wessels, team leader in kills. She's got her second in the match right there. Wessels, the junior hitter. She's played in every set but one for this Blue Knight team. And she now serves. Roach. Reception getting back over the net. Moore turns it away. Point goes for the Wave.
It's a good heads-up play there by Moore. Seeing the pass going over the net. You don't want to risk going in the net, try to set that. You just turn around and put up a block.
So Darien gets the point on it, and now Ellie Moore will serve, the junior captain. Moore looking to go on a serving run. She puts it up. Reception finds its way to Merrick. At the net.
Set one off the ceiling there.
Good recovery by the Wave. That was Black on the swing. This time knocked over by Grindle. Roach is going to power dump it over. And that's out. Point for Darien. Good power dump by Roach on that one. And just like that, it's 8-7. Darien starting to come back. Once again, Moore on the serve.
Good serve there.
Weiner on the outside. Big swing from Grindle. She gets the ace. Grindle picking up a kill, and this is a Southington team that has 5 kill getters over 120 on the season, so they can beat you with any one of their 6 players out there. They got the 5 big attackers, and then, of course, the defensive specialist out there in the libero. So a well-versatile Blue Knight team.
That's really important. 1 or 2 players does not make an entire team. You need an entire team of well-rounded players.
And an ace right there for Southington. Again, the ball hitting off of the ceiling, much lower than what it is at Darien High School. They've got a couple beams that come down quite a far away, then the main ceiling's up a little bit, and Darien's already got hit. The ball has hit the ceiling twice against Darien, so they're going to need to get adjusted to that. As that one's tipped by Moore. Chaos on this Southington side. Free ball is sent over from Ferreira. Darien, Roach now. Great keep alive by Ferreira. And she'll now set the free ball.
Another.
Moore the left-handed swing, and it's in.
Appears that hit was out, but the refs are calling that Southington team in the net on that play. Lucky break for Darien.
Right there you can see Southington going up for the block, and number 9, Ferreira, her hand just hitting the taping on the net. You can see the slightest of trickle on it, so Darien gets the lucky break on it. And now Brooke Leone to serve, the libero. That was a good call, Griffith. I'm not sure if I saw the referee calling the net violation on Southington, and that one will be out on the Leon service error.
Yeah, at this point in the game, it appears both teams are just trading errors.
And that's something we saw in the Greenwich game for Darien. That first set, they made a lot of errors, but they were able to tighten them up as the match progressed, and they just showed in the second or third set. It was tough for the Cardinals to even get 1 point against Darien.
Exactly. Call this a calibration set.
Roach, it's good.
That's a big swing right there.
Jillian Roach with the kill right there, and you take another look at it, just a strong swing from the Darien senior. Right up the middle, beating the block.
Yeah, Roach traditionally an outside coming in for a little bit of a trick play right there, pounding in the middle with no blockers, expecting that.
Tough reception for the Blue Knights. Left-handed swing, gets it over of Ferreira. Now Roach again on the outside. She gets that one to go. Jillian Roach keeps on swinging, picking up the kills. And you take another look at it again. The double block from Southington, not able to stop Roach's attack.
She just gets up so high and gets on top of that ball, and there's no stopping that.
Once again, trouble on the serve receive. Free ball by Ferreira. Gillespie to Moore. Now Gillespie in the middle. It's good. Leilani Gillespie with the kill, and that one hit the line. Referee right there makes the call. Just a well-placed shot by Gillespie, and there's nothing the Blue Knights can do on that one. Serve staying with Moore. Again, that one off of Merrick. And that's going to be a violation against the Blue Knights.
Yeah.
Double touch.
Just mishandled that a little bit going over the net.
Timeout will be taken by Southington. They're going to take their first timeout. 12-11. Darien leading. And Griffith, what have you seen so far in the early goings?
Right now we're just trading errors back and forth across the net. In the early set, we saw miss serve after miss serve, then to ace. Right now, I think if we clean up the game right now, we'll have a good set.
12-11, Darien leads. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be right back from Bunnell High School. Back on the DAF Media Network, Aubrey Moore to serve for Darien. They lead by 1. Moore, the line drive serve. That one's going to hit off the ceiling in the ace for the Blue Wave. Big serve by Moore, and Southington trouble on the serve receive again. Can't get that one over the net.
A timeout proving to be ineffective in icing this strong server, and we're going to see her go up again.
Moore puts it up. That time recepted by Greco. Tip shot and more of a float shot on that one. Setting it on the outside to Ferrero. Nice dig by Moore. Roach is going to try her luck. Going to the outside. Big swing. Dig by Moore. And Aubrey keeps it alive. Free ball from Leon. Going to the outside. The left-handed swing. Turn away by the block.
Big
that was
block.
Ferreira. Ferreira's going to try again to punch it over. Moore setting up the play to Roach on the outside. Cross court, it's good. Jillian Roach continuing to dominate on that court. Now we're 5 kills in the match for her.
That kind of rally is just all about patience. You have to keep playing and avoiding mistakes until you can get a shot through.
Big kill there, and now Moore puts the serve up. That's Merrick on the reception. Going to the outside to Ferreira. She'll punch it over. Gillespie turned away by the block.
Big block there.
Sedento picking one up for the Blue Knights. You take another look at it. 26 in the middle. Getting the hands up. And you could just see how hard Gillespie hits that. Sedendo's hands came all the way back on it, but the ball ended up on the other side of the net.
You can tell the force of the way that ball came back over the net. It was just incredible.
And an ace for the Blue Knights. Southington slowly getting the momentum back in their favor. That was a good serve from Ferreira.
Yeah, the game being held to 1 right now.
Ferreira is 11th in the state of Connecticut for aces, picking one up right there. As now we see Ferreira again. Leon on the serve receive. Moore. Free ball by Gillespie. On the outside. Swing by Wiesel. Jump ball. And violation's going to be called against Darien on that one. Double touch.
Leon was trying to claim it was a block into a touch, which is legal, but the refs decided otherwise.
The ball hit off the taping, came right back up in the air, and Leon not getting the reset on it. Touched it again. 14-14 our score. Trouble up in the roof again. Gillespie saves it. Moore sets it over on the free ball. Here come the Knights. Wiesel on the outside.
Good dig, put them in system.
Gillespie. That ball's still alive. No, and the referee says not today. Carry on Darien.
Yeah, just the force of that ball coming back.
Let's see who they called that on. The ball came back, and it was on, I think, Leon right there, just trying to knock that ball over. And it was very last second for Leon, but the carry called against her. Service error ties us back up at 15.
Yeah, that's a vital moment for Southington right there. You can't miss that serve. Let's see how that proves out for Darien.
Now Roach to serve, looking to get Darien on the serving run. Roach puts it up, the line drive. That time grabbed by Ferreira. Big swing in the middle by Sedento. And that one's out from Roach.
Looks like she just got a little bit too under that ball, forcing that ball upwards and out of bounds.
It's a good swing by Sedento in the middle on that one, and Roach just couldn't quite keep it in. As the Blue Knights now playing with a 1-point lead. Merrick. Moore on the outside to Moore. It's in! Ellie Moore with the kill.
I like to call that twin connection.
And you could just tell on that one, head coach Rich Heights going to his bench. Darien just placing that ball so well, finding the lines, and it's tough for a defense to try to defend that and get some offense off it. Leon. Free ball sent over, and that one is just out. So once again, Southington trying to keep it in play, and they've struggled with that. As here's Leon on the serve. Tip there. Gillespie puts it up. Now on the outside to Moore. Big swing through the block, off the touch. It's good for the Darien points.
Great swing getting on top of the ball. She just jumps so high, putting it straight down with a minimal block.
And head coach Rich Heights is going to come out and take his second timeout. Darien starting to accelerate in this first set. 18-16 Blue Wave lead. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be right back.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming.
Savannah Leon back to serve for the Wave. Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you. So glad you can be with us here on this Wednesday night from Frank Scott Bunnell High School in Stratford, Connecticut for the 2022 CIAC Class LL Semifinals. Black with the block. Coming back on the Darien side, no call. Moore, turn away by the block. It's good for the Southington points. Ferreira on the block.
Yeah, this is a massive blocking game so far, almost untraditionally so. Those balls coming back with such force is so hard to get those back up.
And you can see it right there. Moore touched it. She thought it was going out. Nonetheless, the serve goes to Fanzelts and the Knights at the net. Moore keeps it alive to Black. Off the hand of Merrick, and it's good for the Black kill.
We're in Black, one of the 3 sophomores starting today. We have a super young team, which is good for the future right here.
It is indeed. They lost only 1 senior to graduation last year. We knew they were coming back stronger this year, and they have not lived up to expectations. The perfect season thus far, 23-0. Only dropped a couple sets, as that's an ace for Gillespie, or Roach rather. It actually was Gillespie. I was right on the first time.
There you go.
Still a big ace for Gillespie. Now Gillespie once again on the serve. On the outside, swing by Wellis. That one off the touch is good. Moore with the kill.
Saw a great line shot right there. It just swings across her body. She's facing cross and brings her right back where the defenders aren't expecting it.
Big swing by Moore right there. Darien with the 4-point lead. Southington got it within striking distance, had a lead earlier in this set. And that one is just out. Service error on Gillespie.
Darien trying to pull ahead here late in this first set. We'll see how Southington has to respond.
So now the serve belongs to Weasels. Service error on Weasels, and
that's what you can't do.
One of the team's strongest swingers, second on the team in aces, having the rare service error against her. And Darien now moving closer in this red zone of the first set. Service put up, trickling over the net, kept alive by Merrick. On the outside to Ferreira, and that one is out.
Southington looking for a touch there, but to no avail.
Both referees making that call on that. Darien keeping with the serve. And Ellie Moore. Once again, Merrick on the serve receive. Here's Ferreira. Going up high, avoiding the beams. Dumped over by Roach, and she's got the points. The swing by Roach, and it's now set point Darien in the opening set.
Such a smart play right there. Saw there's a big block up and just tips it right over.
Ellie Moore looking to put Darien up 1-0. Moore the line drive. Merrick on the reception. Good keep alive by Weiner. Free ball sent over. Can Darien do something on it? Moore turned away on the jump ball. Leone setting up. Roach, she's running up.
Off the net.
Good dig by Moore. Black in the middle. She'll tip it and get it to go. The sophomore, Marin Black, putting Darien up 1-0.
Such a smart play right there. She was a little early on it, jumps up and just taps it over right over the block.
Marin Black, the sophomore, leads the team in hitting percentage right there, picking up the set winner for Darien, and they lead 1-0. Griffith, what do you think Southington's going to be talking about in their huddle between sets?
Late in that first set, they let Darien pull ahead a little bit too much. That timeout proved ineffective getting that server off of the line. And I think if they stay in their own head, they brought a good energy starting the set. If they can keep that energy, they have a great chance of competing in the second set.
We're through the first set. Darien leads Southington 1-0 on the DAF Media Network. We're going to step aside and be right back. Back on the DAF Media Network, here in the second set between the Wave and the Knights. Darien taking the first set, and they're looking to keep it going here. Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Moore puts the serve up, and we're underway in the second set. Weiner, that one tipped by Sedento. Nice dig by Leone. Free ball from Moore. Sedento once again. On the outside, it's good for the kill. Ferreira. Gabrielle Ferreira with the kill. Third on this Southern team in kills, but she's just a junior with a great swing to her. Picking one up right there.
Yeah, putting power behind that swing, getting it right through the block.
Ferreira was an all-conference player a season ago, and for good reason. Service error on Weasel and the Blue Knights. So once again, Griffith, we're now in the second set, but the service error is coming back out.
I think they really got to avoid that, to avoid a repeat of what happened that last set. Service error is not a good beginning.
Jillian Roach on the serve for Darien. Roach the line drive, and that's an ace for Jill. Merrick tried to keep it alive. She couldn't, and Roach has herself an ace.
Let's be honest, I'm experiencing a little deja vu here at the beginning of the second set.
That is true. The service points to get us started. And Roach, a strong player out there. Great at swinging at the net. Good server. Can pretty much do everything out there. She puts another serve up. Merrick on the reception. Weiner on the outside. And that one Ferreira can't get.
And that error, she cuts a little bit too sharply. Puts it into the net instead of putting it nice and cross court, which I believe was her intention.
As we said the other day, that's just an instance of doing too much on it. Just try to get it over the net first rather than place it.
Exactly.
And now Roach. Service error.
She got a little bit of a weird touch on that instead of flying out of bounds with a side spin.
And now Erica Davies will check in for the Blue Knights. Davies, the sophomore, playing in her 51st set of the season. Davies now coming up for head coach Rich Heights, and she serves the service error.
Oh.
That's not what you like to see, especially from Davies, who comes on and is supposed to be that serving specialist and can't even get the ball over the net.
Exactly. That's second serve of the set from Southington, putting it into the net for the second time.
Now Savannah Leone serves for Darien, the sophomore. Weiner on the outside, going to Weasels. Gillespie gonna try from the outside, and it's good. Such a smooth swing by Leilani Gillespie. The force, the power, the placement, and everything in between for the kill.
Such a powerful swing, just getting right through that block, untouched and hitting the floor within the second.
And it's tough when it's that well placed, but then when it's that hard coming at you, it's tough to defend. The reaction time not there. As the good serve from Leone. Blue Knights needing help on it. Going cross court, Moore keeps it alive. Moore to Gillespie. Little floater shot. Weiner on the outside. Strong swing, it's in.
And there's that retaliation we've been looking for. A strong swing down the line.
Weasels picking up the kill. And the Blue Knight kill getter now over 300 on the season. Weasels, she's 9th in the state in kills, and as she's already shown tonight, she has got a good swing to her. As now Moore tips it. Weiner keeps it alive. Jump ball at the net, comes back over the Darien side. Moore keeps it alive. Gillespie. Ooh, great diving stop by Ferreira. Leone diving keeps it alive. Weiner. Swing turned away by the net. Weasels can't get it over. And what I saw right there, Griffith, neither team giving in right there. You could tell they know it's the playoffs. They don't want to go home. Both teams diving everywhere for that volleyball.
Exactly, it's important. You need to keep the energy in the second set.
and especially in a win-or-go-home match like this semifinal tonight. Weiner at the net. Nice save by Grindle, and the point goes for the Blue Knights, so Grindle coming out of nowhere picks one up.
As you were saying, this is win or go home. This could be either team's senior's last game in high school.
And for the winner, they have a date with either Amity or Trumbull on Saturday at East Haven for a state championship. Leone on the reception, jump ball at the net, knocked home by Grindle.
Southington making a push to tie this game back up right here. Keeping this energy, which is just so important.
You take another look at it, Grindle's eyes lit up as she saw that ball fly over the net and just slammed it home. Service error against the Blue Knights. So Jessica Greco will check back in for the Knights. And now Ellie Moore to serve for Darien. Moore puts the serve up. Weiner punches it over. Great save by Haley Weiner.
Ball, we got to use that, and they do.
Jillian Roach asserting her dominance on that one with the kill.
That play is important. If you give Darien a free ball, you best find out what happens.
You can tell this Darien team, they're just trying to keep the intensity on, keep the pedal to the metal, because whatever's been working for them has been working. Weiner coming over, helping out to Ferreira. She hits it into the net, the attacking error against Ferreira. Actually 4 touches, the official call.
Yeah, set just a little bit too far off the net. She can't get the vertical velocity she needs to get it back over.
Service put up. Weiner. Power dump, that time from Ferreira. Free ball sent over.
Gotta use this.
Black kept alive by Leone. Darien gets it. And that one goes for the Southington point.
The block rebounding into the antenna, which is of course out, and lending that point to Southington.
So the Blue Knights picking up that point. 9-6 now. They still are trailing. Here's Grindle. Roach up off of some scaffolding. Weiner, big swing in the middle. Now going on the outside to Roach. She, smart place tip on that one, fooling this Southington team. The heads up play by Jillian Roach.
Yeah, good tip. And as we've seen earlier in this game, not usually working against Southington, but right there, that just sneaks through and hits the floor.
As now here is Brooke Leone, the sophomore libero. Knocked over by Weiner. There's Sedento.
Ping pong right there.
That one just knocked into the net from Ferreira, and once again, this Southington team struggling on the errors in the attack.
Again, not high enough on that ball, putting it down where she does not have room to go down.
Timeout taken by the Blue Knights in this one. And Griffith, what have you really seen a difference in for Darien? Because they're not making those same errors. What do you think happened to them after they separate?
They're playing more smart right now. They're making shots that they weren't previously making. Earlier in this game, they were hitting with power, and they didn't have room for that. They were hitting it out. They were hitting in the net. Right now, they're playing smart, and that's exactly how they need to play.
And for Southington, what do they need to fix? Because they're still struggling with the same things.
They're letting those tips get to them now. Down to the Darien's playing smart, and Southington just can't pick it up. And I think they also need to fix their serving. Those are going to the net, and that's where those points are losing.
You're watching the 2022 CIAC Class LL Semifinals on DAF Media. I want to give a shout out to our production crew this afternoon. All student volunteers from Darien High School taking the trip up to Stratford on this Wednesday afternoon. Eric Bellingham, Jason Bellingham, Liam Tomaszewski, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you. So glad you could be with us wherever you may be. Darien, a quick turnaround from their match on Monday. It was supposed to be Saturday, but some technical difficulties forced that match to Monday. So the quick turnaround, and Southington's had the more days off as they played last on Saturday. Weiner on the outside. Weiner's going to try again in the middle. Big swing by Southington. She gets it. Southington with the kill on that one.
Yeah, looks like she had that one-on-one right there against Leo, and she just gets it around the younger player.
Now Weiner to serve. At the net, Moore setting to Roach. Again the tip shot, fooling that Blue Knight team. Can they get something? Last resort is out. And once again, Jillian Roach with the heads-up play. Roach is just such a smart player out there, and that's either the second or third time she's gone with that little floater shot over the net, taking a bit off it and fooling the Blue Knights. An ace for Moore.
Yeah. Steady float, just hit that right sweet spot. Too high to take it with your platform, too low to take it with your hands. She just gets that straight down to the floor.
Moore looking to do it again. Here's Aubrey Moore, the junior. Serve received by Merrick. Moore to Leone in the middle. She gets it to go. Savannah Leone with the kill. And the sophomores continue to produce for this Darien team.
Darien increases their lead to 7 here in the middle of the second set.
Moore puts it up. Reception. Weiner going to the outside. Big swing, the block, turning it away. It's good for the Darien point. Leone with the block.
Spirits running high on the Darien sideline with the fans. They're loud. It's a good atmosphere right here.
You take another look at it. Roach and Leone went up, and that ball just fell on the Southington time. Head coach Rich Heights is going to come out and take his second and final timeout of this second set. Darien continuing to run away with this set, 15-7. The Blue Wave lead. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be right back. We welcome you back to Bunnell High School. Moore with the serve. Weiner at the net, going to the outside. Tipped over.
One arm up.
She can't keep it alive. Still a good diving effort on Leone's part. And the Blue Knights get the point out of the timeout. Service put up. Line drive reception by Roach. On the outside. It's good for the point for Savannah Leone. Leone just going right through the block right there, picking up another point for this Darien team, and Savannah Leone has turned it on as of late.
Commonly underappreciated in this game is the beauty of those sets. That ball did not move an inch in the air. Got right to its target.
Roach puts it up. Weiner going to the outside. Cross court, that one. Coming back over, Gillespie tips it, net violation. Is gonna go against the Blue Knights. So the jump ball at the net, someone hit the net. The chair referee giving it to Darien. And now Roach keeps with the serve.
Sending Darien's lead to 9.
Darien's lead just keeps on growing, and now some more trouble on the serve receive. Miscommunication on the Knights, point to the Wave. And what do you think happened there for the Blue Knights, Griffith?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Looks like she just didn't put enough power on that ball. She was going for a short tip just over the net. She just doesn't put enough on it, and it goes straight in.
Jillian Roach on the serve. Roach the line drive. Nice dig by Merrick on the serve receive. Cross court, Leone off her hands, off the roof. Roach one-handed. Darien can't keep it alive. Tough play to try to defend, especially when it hits off that low beam and comes right back down at you.
Exactly. This roof is proving trouble for both teams here tonight. A little bit of a ricochet effect happening on most plays.
Now number 7, Erica Davies coming back in for the Blue Knights. Davies had the service error against her on her first serve. And she'll try it again on the line drive. Leone on the reception. Chaos on the Blue Wave, more swinging, and off the touch, it goes for the Wave points. And I'm not really sure if either fan base knew what that call was right there. I feel like the Southington fans saw that it was a touch and the Darien fans thought it was out. So I don't think a single person cheered here inside the Bunnell High School gym or the David Johnson Memorial Gymnasium. Leone puts the serve up and a service error.
It's okay. This is the time in the game when you can afford to make those errors. You're up by 10, you're up by 9, and it's okay. But when you're tight later in the first, like you were later in the first set, that's not the time to do it.
So Southington to serve here with Ferreira. Gabrielle Ferreira, the junior. Reception to Roach. On the outside, running attempt by Gillespie, and the block is wide.
That was a good block. They were up there. They were in the right place. They just didn't angle far enough back into the net. And that lets Gillespie use that block and put it out of bounds.
Here's Gillespie. She puts the serve up. Weiner going in the middle. And turned away by the net is Grindle.
Yeah, tonight, that net is Southington's biggest enemy. You've seen a lot in this set. The ball just can't quite get over.
Substitution for the Blue Knights. Number 3 is checking in for them, and that will be Paige Rains.
The sole freshman on the Southington varsity team.
Rains called up for this tournament this season. Actually, she had a couple sets played in the regular season, but Weiner. Good roll shot by Grindle. That one's good. Wessels, rather. Pretty sure I've been butchering that one all night. That is Camilla Wessels on the roll shot. My apologies for any names I might be butchering here tonight. And the service error on Wessels.
Yeah, and right now that serving, it's inverse for Southington from Darien. Right now, Darien can afford to miss those serves. Southington cannot if they want any chance of coming back and catching up in the second set.
Especially a Southington team that struggled with those serving in the first set, and they continued to struggle here in the second set. Moore puts it up, the line drive. Reception finds its way to Ferreira. Ferreira, the roll shot, she gets it to go. That's Alyssa Ferreira.
Puts it and rolls it right in that hole in the middle of all of the players. Smart shot. Darien players diving left and right, just sneaks it right through.
And the sole freshman Rains will check out. Sedento coming back in. But the serve belongs to the Blue Knights. Free ball from Leone. Weiner going to the outside, tipped over. Roach can't keep it alive, point to Ferreira. And head coach Lori LaRusso will take her first timeout of the match. And Griffith, what do you think the purpose of this timeout is?
I think Darien's been at the score for a while. I think they're almost getting into their own heads, even with this gap right here. They need to put their heads in the game and finish the set.
And you can see head coach Lori LaRusso coming out of the chair pretty aggressively on that one, calling the timeout. And when you have a lead like this, you wouldn't think that it's necessarily timeout territory, but if you're trying to slow Southington down, to your point, get back in your own head because you just need 3 more points until you're up 2-0. As Darien leads 22-13 in this second set of the 2022 CIAC Class LL Semifinal here on DAF Media. We're going to step aside and be right back in about 20 seconds with the conclusion of this second set. Back on the DAF Media Network. Serve going to Grindle. Grindle puts it up, and it's It's in for the, oh no. The chair referee is going to call it out.
Gonna overrule the line ref's decision right there.
I couldn't quite tell because the referee signaled for Darien, then signaled almost like on me. That's my fault. I thought he was going to give it to Southington. Not, that's on me. I saw that better right there. And just by a matter of inches, he gives the point to Darien. On the outside, Ferreira over to Moore. Roach. Great diving attempt by Ferreira. Knocked over by Moore. Ferreira turned away, but that one is out. Point to the Knights.
Keeping this lead at 10 and slowly but surely inching closer to the end of the set.
Service put up. Moore on the outside to Savannah Leone. She puts the roll shot over. Weiner. Turned away by the block, but it is just out.
Line ref with a little bit of hesitancy now after being overruled on that other call. Choosing his calls very carefully.
Well, I give the line referee credit. He saw that ball down, gave it a second, very firmly signaled it in, but the chair referee just saw it by a matter of inches that it was out. Nonetheless, so that's a couple points behind us. 23-15, Darien leads. Going to Roach in the middle, and that's out. So Southington's inching their way back into this set. It was all Darien up until 22, and then the Blue Knights, I think, have outscored Darien, what, 6 or 7 to 1 in these last 8 points?
Yeah, you have to wonder what is going through Coach LaRusso's head right now, why Darien is not able to finish the set.
And the float serve goes for the Darien point. That is a gift for this Blue Wave team that's struggling right now.
A blessing right there. They desperately needed that.
Service errors kill any team, especially when you now give Darien the set point. Here's Moore. Weiner on the outside. Good swing by Ferreira, and she gets the kill on it.
Southington is walking on very thin ice right here. Any mistakes will end the set.
They're going to bring their junior Wessels back out, looking to play perfectly to finish off this set. 24-17, Darien leads. They have set point here in the second set. Serve is up, reception to Leone. Moore going to Roach on the outside. She gets it off the block, and Darien goes up 2-0 in this semifinal. Griffith, what did you see in that second set?
Start that set, Darien was playing very smart, putting the balls where they needed to be, hitting them how hard they needed to be. But as they ended that, they got stuck at 22, 23, and they just couldn't get out of this funk that they were in. I don't know what was said to them in that timeout, but it didn't seem to quite work to get them out of their head. I think that miss serve at the end of that set was a gift that was able to just sneak them over into that finishing that set.
So we are through 2 sets here on the DAF Media Network, and we'll be right back with the third set between the Blue Knights and the Blue Wave.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings.
We're back inside the Bunnell High School David Johnson Gymnasium here in Stratford, Connecticut. And you could tell this Southington team is on a mission in this third set. They trotted onto the court. The fans gave them a standing ovation. They know that they need to fight off Darien in this set or else their season is over. And Darien is just 25 points away from advancing to the state championship.
That really is what impressed me about the Southington team. No matter what, they're keeping this energy high in the stadium today. The fans showed up, the players showed up, and we're ready for a great third set.
So here's Southington to serve to get us started. Weiner. Weiner puts it up. Over to Leone. Moore to Roach on the outside. And Moore the setter. Leone now tagging along. Roach off the block, it's good. And Griffith, what do you think this Darien team needs to do that they went down, or they struggled to finish out that second set? What do you think the mindset for them is going to be coming into this third set?
They have to find that perfect medium between being too timid and hitting small roll shots and then just absolutely blowing the ball out of the park. They have to find the right sweet spot.
And they do so right there. They lead 1-0 in this set, and an ace for Darien's Ellie Moore. They go up 2-0.
We'll see if this Southington team is just too tired to fight back in the third set.
They are playing for their season right now, the 15-2 regular season, the CCC championship, and they're looking to advance to a state championship as that one is hit just wide. And actually, no, off the touch of the front row blocker. Point goes for Southington. But this is a Blue Knight team that has not been to the state championship since 2011, and that is when they lost to Newtown in the state championship. And who did they beat in the semifinals? Who else but Darien to get to that state championship? So it's possible, but they are now playing down 2-0. Jump ball. Point goes for the Blue Knights.
It's not common, and we have seen it before. The reverse sweep. You're down 2-0 and you just come back to win that game. We'll see if that's Southington's goal.
Service put up from Ferreira. And that one is out. The service error continuing to bite the Blue Knights. Especially a bummer when you have the hard-fought season, you get to this point, and just those little errors that you thought you would tweak by now throughout the entire 20-plus game season, they're still coming back to haunt you in your biggest game of the season. Here's Roach on the serve. The line drive off of Merrick, and give her the ace on it. Jillian Roach with the ace, and she continues her amazing day.
That's something this Darien team has been doing so well in this game, especially. Getting those serves in and serving them hard, getting those aces.
And Roach, she had a triple-double in the second round against Ludlow. 10 kills, 10 aces, and 13 digs to her name. And she's having another impressive night as that time can't keep it in. But that's one you can kind of shake off as you got Darien the 2-point lead now, and Southington will bring Davies back in. Davies, the sophomore. 16 aces on the season, looking for one right here on a young Southington team. 4 sophomores on it, and a service error for Davies. That is her second of the match, and that's not what you like to see.
Yeah, the Southington team, this is their vice. These serves are just so incredibly important. the one thing that you can control, and it just doesn't seem like they're performing the way that they want to.
Now here's Savannah Leone on the serve. Leone puts it up. And trouble on the Blue Knights side. They can't get it. The ace for Leone. And once again, the little errors are coming back to haunt the Blue Knights.
A good attempted set coming out of that net. Just couldn't get quite a good enough handle on it and sends it where it just can't get it back over.
So Leone stays on the serve. Darien with a 3-point lead. Leone puts it up. At the net, Weiner going to the outside. Big swing, turned away by the block, and that one comes back over. Moore on the outside. Weiner going to Wessels, and it's in. Wessels, the well-placed shot in the corner. Good for the Blue Knight points.
Yeah, Darien had shifted over the left, expecting a line shot or expecting a tip, and she just puts it right where she saw Darien wasn't with a hard, nice placed shot.
Fansel coming back in for the Blue Knights, the senior. He's going to look to serve them to get them back in this game. At the net, Moore setting to Black, and it's good.
And down.
Marin Black with the kill, and the sophomore continues her magical season. Black in the middle can just get up so high. 5'11" on the roster, and the wingspan is so much more than that that it really doesn't matter the set. She can make the best out of it. Moore on the outside to Moore. Roll shot, and that's good. Ellie Moore.
The one thing that I can say for Southington throughout this game, their blocking has been such a high level. Sending those balls back, that should be a kill.
So number 20 checking back in for the Blue Knights, Ferreira. Leilani Gillespie going to serve for this Blue Wave team. Weiner. Back row off of Black. Violation against the Blue Knights.
Oh, a back row attack on that.
Referee right there calling it against Ferreira. And our volleyball expert, Griffith Krause, right there on the call. 9-4, Darien leads here on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Turned away by the block. Merrick going to Wessels. More the left-handed swing. That one's just long. Did they get a touch? No, they didn't. Point Darien.
Yeah, that's one thing that setter Aubrey Moore has in her toolbox. As being a left-handed setter, she can be facing the outside, perfectly normal set, and just turns and cranks on it.
Timeout taken by the Blue Knights. They'll take their first of this third set. Darien with a 6-point lead. They're looking to march their way to the state championship on Saturday, and the Blue Knights are looking to keep their season alive as they are ever so slightly facing elimination. And what do you think the Blue Knights need to do differently now that they really have their back up against the wall?
Exactly. I've just been saying it all game. It's serving, serving, serving. Their block is good. Their attack is good. Their defense is solid. But that serving is putting them into a hole that they're not going to be able to dig themselves out of right now.
So Southington, the quick timeout, might be one just to slow this Darien team down, ice the server. As head coach Rich Heights taking his first timeout, and he's now taken 5 of his 6 timeouts this match.
Effort to ice the server, and we'll have to see if this comes to any avail to the Southington team.
10-4, Wave leads. Leilani Gillespie on the serve. During this third set, Darien, they're getting fired up on their side. Gillespie, the senior captain, puts the serve up. On the outside, the attack from Wessels. Moore, it's good. Ellie Moore with the kill. Take another look at it. The great set from Aubrey to Ellie on the outside, who picks up the kill.
It's right in between the two blockers right there. Finding that gap and putting it where it needs to be.
Talk about the twin connection. The Moores have done just that. for the past couple of years. And there's an ace for Darien and Gillespie. Leilani Gillespie continuing to serve well. The old FCIAC first teamer this season. And that one, the service error. As I said earlier, that's one you can put behind you, especially when you're up in this third set and just need 13 more points to go to the state championship.
Exactly. That's one you can just put in the box and forget about.
Maybe cut it out of the recruiting tape, but other than that, you're good to go. Wessel's service error, and that was Southington's opportunity to go right there, and they can't turn it back over to Darien on the service error of their own.
Exactly. That was their chance. They had to capitalize on that missed serve by Gillespie, and they just can't do it.
So now Ellie Moore to serve. Moore, the junior for Darien, now on her third year on this varsity squad. Free ball will be sent over from Ferreira. Moore to Roach on the outside. Strong swing off the touch. It's good for the kill. Point to Darien on that, and now Moore keeps the serve. 14-5, Darien leads. And that one is in. Ace for Moore.
Yes.
The line judge right there affirmatively making the call, seeing it hit the line and calling it in. And now Rich Heights will take his final time out of this set and trying to find something new that might be able to save his Blue Knights team. 15-5, Darien leading Southington here on the DAF Media Network in the 2022 CIAC Class LL Semifinals from Bunnell High School. We're going to step aside and be right back. Back inside the David Johnson Gymnasium on the campus of Frank Scott Bunnell High School here in Stratford, Connecticut. 2022 CIAC Class LL Semifinals between Darien and Southington, the 1 and the 5 seed. Darien looking to continue the perfect season. Southington looking for the miracle now and try to come back and advance to the championship on Saturday. Weiner going to the outside. Dig by Moore. Roach again, and that one is out. Roach can't get that one in, and you take another look at it. Roach has been swinging well all day, just jumps up there, but couldn't quite keep it in. Great job by our replay coordinator, Damian Andrew, on that one. The man, the myth, the legend. He's one of our, he's our DAF Media advisor, and joined alongside our amazing student volunteers here at Bunnell High School, Jason Bellingham, Eric Bellingham, and Liam Tomaszewski. Braden Shank and Griffith Krause with you. So glad you could be with us. And I want to thank the 3 other guys on this crew, as well as you, Griffith, for coming up to Stratford on this Wednesday night, beating the traffic. The long 45-minute plus drive up the Merritts. That one going against Roach. She couldn't dump it over.
Yeah, made contact with the ball a little bit too low. She was on top of it, but just made contact too low and puts it in the net.
And now Southington is getting fired up on their side. They know they're playing for their season right here. Moore to Roach. And that one is out. Make it 3 straight for the Knights.
Southington, their final push, trying to get ahead of Darien in this third set. It's all or nothing right now.
Puts it up by Grindle, and again, the service error coming back to bite the Blue Knights.
Yeah.
It's one of those that it's the battle of, do you go for the winner or do you just go for the serve to get it over the net and force the play?
At this point, I'd even be serving an underhand if that meant getting across the net.
We'll see what the Blue Knights do. They now trail 16-9. Leone with the serve, trickling over the tape. Weiner going to the outside. Ferreira, and she can't get there. And I think that's just the fatigue right there. The 40-plus minute bus ride, the 2 hard-fought sets, and Ferreira couldn't quite get a hand on that one.
I can't blame them. They have to be tired. They're fighting their hearts out.
Again, the loser, their season comes to an end. The winner has one more match on Saturday against either Amity or Trumbull. Good swing and the kill for Sedento. Katrina Sedento, the junior middle, picking up the kill. And now Megan Smith, the junior, will come on to serve. So head coach Heights really trying all the different tactics now.
We'll have to see if it works.
Served by Smith, and again, head coach Heights bringing a server on, and the service error going against the Knights. We don't have the stats in front of us, but service errors have been the big thing for Southington. And if you look at the differentiating factor, I think that's it right there. Darien making the adjustments after the opening set, and Southington still struggling with the serve after 2 more sets now.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Heights, I'm telling my players, I do not care if you get an ace. You need to get the ball over the net.
And the attacking errors against the Knights right there, and especially now when Darien's just 6 points away from going to East Haven. 19-10, Darien leads.
Not sure what was happening there, but here we go.
Certainly something with, not really sure what just happened there. Ball set over on the free ball. Moore. Gillespie, the running start. Great dig by Smith. And that's good for the Blue Knight points. That's exactly what Southington needed right there. Smith coming off the bench, getting the dig, setting it up to the hitters for the Knight point.
Yeah, volleyball, it is a game of runs. If Southington can get on one good run here, this set is not lost from them.
And now Wessels will serve. The junior trying to get the Knights back in this match. Wessels, the line drive to Leone. Moore to Gillespie in the middle, and it is good. Leilani Gillespie, the textbook swing, picking up another kill to her name.
Yeah, that's what Darien's been doing really well tonight. Their hitters do not stick to one specific position. Leilani, she plays middle, she plays right side, she does it all.
Leilani Gillespie, the senior, looking to end off her senior year with a state championship, but first she has to get there, and they're just 5 points away. On the outside to Wessels. The block is out, point Blue Knights.
Darien blockers, they're up there. They just need to angle back into the court to redirect that ball. Simply putting a wall there will not do that.
And Darien's going to keep on, Southington's going to keep on swinging. That time the block couldn't quite keep it in for Darien. Take another look at it. And now here is Gabriella Wanner. So I believe head coach Heights has now brought every player onto the court this match. And a kill for Moore. (21-12), and Darien has now entered the red zone. Here's Leone on the serve. Floats it up, and it's in. The ace for Savannah Leone, and that's not the first time she's done that, Griffith Krause.
No. It's a deceiving float. It looks like it could be going out of bounds, and it just pops down right when you need it to, tagging that back corner.
I was just going to say that all 6 Blue Knights called that ball out, and it somehow hit right clear as day in that corner. Line judge saw it, referee saw it, Darien saw it. Point Blue Wave. Merrick on the reception. Going to the outside, swing there, and that's a kill. Ferreira keeping the pressure on.
You know, that's just a fantastic swing. It's a fantastic kill. She gets on top of the ball. She puts a good angle on it. There's really nothing you can do about that.
Ferreira with the kill. That's Gabrielle Ferreira, the junior hitter. Southington serve to Fanzelts. Moore setting on the outside to nobody.
A little bit of miscommunication between the hitters and the setters right there.
Gillespie looked over at the setter, and I don't think they knew the play on that. But it was a nice set, though.
It was beautiful.
Nonetheless, 22-14, the Wave still leads. A trip to the state championship on Saturday on the line. An ace for Van Zelten. Southington's giving it one last push.
Could this be what they need to get back in this game? They need something.
Van Zel looking to keep the serving run alive. Standing serve, puts it up, the float serve. More at the net. Black, the tip shot, kept alive by Weiner. Van Zel going to the outside to Wessels. Once again kept alive. Weiner's going to the back row. Gillespie, the kill.
That could be the play they were attempting to run earlier, and when it does, it works beautifully. She connects for that kill right there.
Well, I saw right there, Southington had momentum. Leilani Gillespie said, this is our match. We're going to the state championship, and Darien just needs 2 more points to make that a reality. The powerful swing, cross court by Leilani Gillespie. Blocked right through it, Black, and it falls on the Blue Wave side.
Gillespie a little bit prematurely excited there.
And now the Blue Knights give it to Wessels. Looking to keep their season alive. 23-16, Darien leads. They lead 2 sets to none. Wessels puts it up. Floater, and that is out. Setting up match point, Darien. The Blue Knights need to go perfect now. '18, the last time the Blue Wave were in the state championship. Moore puts the serve up. Merrick on the reception. Weiner outside. Dig by Moore. Moore to the sophomore Black. She gets it to go.
The game.
Marin Black, the sophomore, is sending Darien to the state championship. And on Saturday, they will be playing for their 18th all-time state title. 3-0. The Blue Wave win.
What a showing from Darien. That second and third set, they just showed up. They knew what they needed to do, and they performed. That first set, they started off a little rocky. They were sizing up their competition, and they capitalized on that.
Marin Black, the stellar night, capping it off with the winner, sending Darien to the state championship.
Honestly, I think that game, Southington's largest enemy was the net. They just couldn't seem to get on top of it. They couldn't put it over consistently, and that's what they needed to do. And the serving just killed them. I don't know the stat off the top of my head, but I think you'd be amazed what that was.
The hug by the head coaches, Rich Heights and Lori LaRusso, 2 longtime head coaches. And Southington, their season unfortunately coming to an end tonight. And you mentioned the serving errors. It's just a killer to any team, especially when you're playing for your season like that right there. And both teams experienced it in the first set, but Darien made the adjustment and helped themselves out in the second or third set, and Southington was not as lucky. And 3-0. What do you think, Griffith, Darien needs to do differently, if anything, going into Saturday?
I think Darien, depending on who they face in this state championship, they need to know their opponent. The first set they were calibrating, whether they needed to hit hard, whether they needed to tip short, and that's exactly what they did. They responded in that second and third set and just did exactly what they need to do. I think if they can size up quicker the situation in the state championship, they'll be golden.
Darien 3, Southington 0. Our score from Bunnell High School. That's going to do it from us here at DAF Media. I'm going to give one final shout out to our amazing production crew, Liam Tomaszewski, Jason Bellingham, Eric Bellingham, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. Griffith, it was fun all season calling the games with you. It's my last volleyball game I'm calling with DAF Media. I'm graduating in the spring, but I assume you'll be back next year, Griffith.
Hopefully.
And, I think this Blue Wave team is going to be coming back even stronger next year. Saturday, Darien has the winner of Amity and Trumbull. That game is to be determined the time, but it's at East Haven and can be seen on the NFHS network. So for our entire production crew, my advisor Damian Andrew, Griffith Krause joined alongside me, saying so long from the David Johnson Gymnasium on the campus of Bunnell High School. I've been Braden Shank, and this has been a production of DAF Media Network. We'll see you next time.